What if I told you Bruce Lee's legendary physique was built with a training method so effective you could see results in just 21 days with simple 30-minute workouts? And what if I said you could follow this exact method without fancy equipment or extreme diets? Stay with me because I'm about to break down the training secrets that created the most iconic martial arts physique in history. After studying Bruce Lee's training journals, books, interviews with his students, and analyzing footage of his workouts, I discovered something surprising. Bruce developed a method that was so effective by just focusing on three core principles: intensity over duration, functional movement patterns, and isometric tension techniques. When Bruce died at just 32, he had achieved a physique with incredibly low body fat. Most commentators actually agreed he typically maintained between 6 to 10% body fat. He also had incredible muscle definition and explosive power that still amazes sports scientists today. The best part? He did this while being one of the first to blend the best of various martial arts, old-time strongman training, fencing, boxing, dancing, and more. And I've personally tested this method with students of all ages and fitness levels, from complete beginners to athletes, and the results have been incredible. And what I discovered was age, fitness level, or experience in martial arts was not the determining factor of success. In this video, I'll break down exactly how to implement Bruce Lee's three core principles so you can get lean in just 21 days. But first, if you're ready to get lean like Bruce Lee in 21 days, get my free training on the 30 steps to get lean, energized, and disciplined naturally, just click the link in the description below. Before I reveal Bruce's exact methods, let me address something important. Do you need specialized equipment to follow this program? Many people assume Bruce had access to the most advanced training facilities you'd see in professional sports teams' gyms today. But the truth might surprise you. Bruce deliberately kept his approach simple. And sure, he did design and even invent equipment to progress further, but at its core, his training was raw. In fact, he could have maintained his physique simply with nothing more than some space to move around and do his bodyweight exercises, some light weights, and martial arts shadowboxing and drills. Everything I'm about to show you can be done in your living room with minimal equipment, so you can master your body just like Bruce. What made Bruce Lee's training revolutionary wasn't how long he trained, but how he approached every single second of his workouts. After the result of his fight in 1964 with the traditional martial arts master Wong Jack Man, he became disappointed with his training, and he began to follow a traditional bodybuilding split routine to get stronger. He bulked from around 140 pounds up to 165 pounds. And he was strong, but he noticed something troubling. His movements were becoming slower and he felt bulky rather than functional. The turning point came in 1970 when he seriously injured his back doing a good morning exercise from weightlifting. Forced to rest and bedridden for months, he began thinking and studying intensely, and he documented his training methods and philosophy of Jeet Kune Do, which was his own style of martial arts. He realized that short, intense workouts were more effective than longer, moderate sessions. And then he realized that building heavy muscle and doing bodybuilding was against his goal of being the fastest, most powerful, and most explosive person. So he completely restructured his training. Instead of tracking how long he worked out, he started tracking how quickly he could complete specific circuit routines. His goal became simple: increase intensity while decreasing time. One of his favorite methods was what we would now call HIIT, or high intensity interval training. But Bruce was doing this decades before it became mainstream. He would perform exercises like sprints, heavy bag punch work, cable machine exercises, and the key was completing these with minimal rest between exercises, aiming to beat his previous time with each workout. Soon after he implemented this approach, Bruce noticed his definition improving while his functional strength and speed increased. By 1972, when he was filming Enter the Dragon, he had achieved his most iconic physique at a lighter 125 pounds, and he was leaner, faster, and more powerful than ever. To implement this principle yourself, time your workouts, set a time to finish, and beat it. Saving even 1 minute will mean you trained harder. Try to complete the same work in less time each session. Cap sessions at 30 minutes. Push maximum intensity for the whole duration. The second principle will shock you because it goes against everything modern fitness influencers teach and promote. Early in his career, Bruce experimented with isolated bodybuilding movements like bicep curls, tricep extensions, and leg extensions. But he quickly noticed a problem. The muscles looked impressive, but didn't function together efficiently. While researching alternative approaches, Bruce became fascinated with how other disciplines trained. He studied everything from Indian wrestlers like the Great Gummer, to Chinese and Western martial artists, to old-time strongmen like Alexander Zas, aka the Amazing Samson. And notice they all focused on movements rather than just muscles. This led to a key principle of Bruce's teachings: the less effort, the faster and more powerful you will be. Bruce rebuilt his training around 5 fundamental movement patterns: pushing movements like push-ups and dips, pulling movements, pull-ups and rows, squatting movements, deep squats, lunges, rotational movements, waist twists, side bends, locomotive movements, running, jumping, sprinting. By focusing on these integrated patterns rather than isolated muscles, Bruce developed what he called useful strength, the ability to express power in any situation. What made his physique so impressive wasn't just how it looked, but how it performed. Bruce could express incredible power in any movement pattern without the stiffness that characterized bodybuilders of his era. To implement this principle yourself, skip single joint exercises like bicep curls. Focus on both rotational and multi-joint exercises. Train movements, not muscles. Master the technique or movement with lighter weight before reaching for heavier ones. And if you want one-to-one guidance on getting lean like Bruce Lee, check out the link in the description for my coaching program, The Modern Warrior Transformation. You'll get access to these training principles from Bruce and many more that he used to be so lean and move so fast, all tailored to your body, fitness goals and lifestyle. Final secret to Bruce Lee's method is the forgotten technique that bodybuilders used before steroids became common. And after his injury, he started using a method he learned from an unlikely source. It allowed him to recruit more muscle fibers and increase the speed of his strength gains, which was the true source of his useful strength. This led directly to his washboard ab physique. He learned the method from old-time strongmen like Eugene Sandow and the mighty Atom. Before modern resistance training equipment, these performers developed incredible physiques using something called isometric tension, or contracting muscles without movement. Bruce became obsessed with this technique, studying books by Alexander Zass and Charles Atlas, who promoted various forms of dynamic tension and isometric control. He developed his own method called isotension, the deliberate tensing of the entire body during and after exercise. If you've ever seen footage of Bruce demonstrating his physique, you'll notice he's not just flexing, he's creating tremendous tension throughout his body and throughout his entire muscular system. This technique served 3 purposes. It created the ripped appearance Bruce was famous for. It dramatically improved his muscle control for martial arts, and it increased his power and speed output without adding bulk. One of Bruce's students recalled that after every workout, Bruce would spend 5 to 10 minutes posing, not out of vanity, but as a deliberate practice to develop muscle control and definition. To implement this principle yourself, at the end of each workout, spend a few minutes deliberately tensing your whole body in a standing neutral posture. Start with your feet hip width apart, ground yourself through your feet, and focus on tensing every body part from your toes to your head. You should feel your body shake from the absolute tension. Reps should be no more than 20 to 30 seconds due to fatigue. Focus on creating tension throughout your body when exercising, not just in the working muscles. So when you're squatting, tense your core to return to a standing position. Try this, you'll be surprised at the difference it makes. Imagine your mind making the connection to your muscle and creating the tension first. Then, when it's time to contract your muscles, they will be able to switch on faster and with more strength. Now that you understand the 3 core principles, let me show you how to structure the 21-day program. Week 1, foundation. Train 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. 20-minute time circuits, focusing on form. Basic isometric holds at the end of each session. Week 2, intensity. Train 5 days, Monday through Friday. 25-minute circuits with increased speed focus. Intermediate isometric sequences, including movements and holds. Week 3, definition. Train 6 days, Monday through Saturday. 30-minute high-intensity circuits, advanced isometric tension techniques with movements, holds, and corrections. The key to making this work is consistency and progression. Bruce believed that long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity, meaning showing up every day for your training matters more than killing yourself in any single session. Remember Bruce's famous quote, "Fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Apply this to your training. Master the basics rather than constantly switching approaches. If you want to work with me one-to-one to get lean like Bruce Lee, check out the link to my coaching program, The Modern Warrior Transformation, in the description below. Remember what Bruce said, if you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done. So download the 30 steps to get lean, or get the help you need with my coaching program today. The method I've just shown you is powerful for getting lean quickly, but there's something even more important if you want to improve your results beyond just 21 days. Bruce Lee viewed the core as the center or generator of power and knew that good posture was key to channel that power efficiently. So if you have bad posture, you won't be able to get lean in 21 days, and you'll be more likely to injure yourself if you try to just muscle your way through it. To avoid that, make sure you check out my video here on how to fix your posture in just 2 steps.